Hey, I had to stop everything we were doing and talk to you about this new cool tool. We have all felt static on panels when cleaning or tacking. It happens on every surface. But how is static really affecting your paint process? Static forms as positive and negative charges across the panels. It's a natural state of being at all times, but varies in degree by nature in cold or in dry conditions. Static can also be created by the processes we do in the shop, such as wiping down, blowing off, and tacking off the panels. Static is also constantly changing. Areas that are negative now can be positive in the next 5 minutes. We all know static can cause issues in the painting process, such as dirt and debris in your jobs, but it also affects so much more. Did you know static changes your material orientation, which affects your color match, creates modeling, and causes halos on the blends? The inconsistent distribution of material caused by static means wasted material and time in the paint booth. These are all issues painters deal with on a regular basis, but most don't attribute them to static. In fact, we've gotten so good as painters at adjusting and overcoming these issues that we often don't even know they're there at all, and that we're overcoming them with just our skills every day. What if we could take the variable of static off of the surfaces to be painted? What if there was a solution to reduce dirt and debris, use less material, and give you a more even overall finish? Yeah, I didn't believe that could happen either. In fact, a few years ago, I wrote a pretty mean post on how all the hype over static was just a ploy to sell a tool to painters. I'd never had a problem with static. I was in the South where it was hot and humid all the time. And plus, I had tools like the anti-static wipes and sprays and even chains on the floor. Then Mike Anderson asked me to prove him wrong and handed me a stat gun from Static Solutions. It's specifically designed for use in the body shop, meaning it has met the difficult testing and build requirements to be in a flammable environment. You know, like your paint shop. The stat gun will eliminate static on every kind of surface, such as plastics, metals, and fiberglass. It neutralizes the panels by forced ionized air, which eliminates the opposing positive and negative areas that are pushing or pulling your material onto the panel. Here's how to use the stat gun for the best results. Hook the stat gun up to clean, filtered air. Staying about 6 to 8 inches away from the panel, pull the trigger and wave across the panel. One pass vertically and a second horizontal. The yellow LED light indicates the air coming out of the gun is ionizing. The red laser pointer will help you keep track of your passes. You don't even need a tack rag. In fact, you don't have to touch the panel with a tack rag again. When you finish your 2 passes, unhook the stat gun, hook up your paint gun, and apply the material immediately. The stat gun is completely safe in the booth while you spray. Now this is where the stat gun really shines. Other options like anti-static wipes and sprays can't be used after we've applied our first coat of material. Not to mention they often leave a residue that requires additional cleaning, which adds static back to the panel anyway. The goal is to never touch the panel again, but to treat the panel between materials so static will naturally return to the panel during the process. You can use the stat gun in between every material change: adhesion promoter, primer sealer, base, and clear coat. When you change the gun, treat the panels with the stat gun, then take it out with you before you head to the bake cycle. We had no idea how much we had been wasting and fighting coverage on bumpers, but through testing the stat gun in the lab, we were shocked with our results. We noticed significantly less dirt and debris in the jobs, a more uniform application of material, and a more consistent orientation of the metallics. The dry spots were eliminated and the hot spots were gone. How much material had we been wasting overblowing those areas? With the stat gun, color matches were better, and with less redos and less denibbing, jobs went faster. Best of all, more savings in reducing anti-static sprays and tack cloths. In short, everything Mike and his shops had been telling me about the stat gun were true. This isn't a tool for a bad painter. This is a tool for a great painter that wants to go to the next level of quality and profitability. However, I want to be clear. I don't think this is a cost the painter should have to incur. It's a shop tool, plain and simple. The savings on the anti-static fluids, tack cloths, and paint finishing supplies will more than cover the cost associated with the stat gun. You have the option to buy or rent the stat gun, and that's your call to make, but I do like the renting option. You'll always have a working tool and no downtime in your production. Despite my initial reaction, it turns out I was 100% wrong about the stat gun. It is in fact a very cool tool. Visit the Static Solutions website today for more information on the products and how to either buy or rent from the closest distributor in your area. And don't miss our series of videos that will release soon documenting all of the benefits of the StatGun, best practices for use, and some of the things we encountered during our testing here. We think it's absolutely a cool tool and one you need to have today in your paint operation.